I'm going to be showing you how to do all the puzzles and the trial, as well as the Datacard location within Tatooine's Jundland Wastes within LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga's Galaxy Freeplay. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we are starting off here with Tatooine Treasure Hunt, right near the start of the map where you spawn in on your ship, and there's going to be 5 different treasure chests around sort of the Homestead area of the Jundland Waste. So we're going to be going to each of those now. These are pretty easy to find because they show up as these blue dots on the map, and all you have to do is use a Force using character like a Jedi or Sith to open the treasure chest just using the Force on it. I think you have to hold down or up on the control stick and it'll blow up, and it's pretty simple. Now one of them is going to be underground in Luke's actual home here, so you have to go underneath the floor, do the bottom level of Jundland Waste, and here it is right here. Use the Force on that, and as soon as you destroy it, you'll see the Kyber Brick for Tatooine Treasure Hunt. So next up, we're going to be doing Transport Ship Treasure. This is going to be at the very north side of the map. All you have to do is switch to a character with a grapple hook like a bounty hunter or a hero character and pull on that little switch there, and then you can get the Kyber Brick for Transport Ship Treasure. So next up, we're going to do Womp. There it is. So this one takes a little while, so you're going to see one of these large, I guess it's a Womp rat, I'm not totally sure. You guys can let me know in the comments below. If you tell me what creature that is, I will give you a heart on your comment. But I'm guessing it's some sort of Womp rat, or maybe it's just a regular Womp. That's not a rat because it's pretty big. But basically all you have to do, it's going to have a Kyber Brick on it, and you have to chase it around, and every now and then, I think 3 different times, it's going to stop and call in a bunch of other Womp. We'll just call them Womp rats for now. And once you do that, you'll have to take them all out, then it'll move some more. You can easily follow it because it'll leave a big trail, as well as the glowing of the Kyber Brick, and eventually, once you chase it down, it'll give you the Kyber Brick for Womp. There it is. Next up, we're going to head to the left side of the map here for Sandy Soccer. All you have to do is use the Force with the Jedi character to pick up the nearby like weeds or whatever it is, throw it into the soccer goal to get the Kyber Brick for Sandy Soccer. So next up, we're going to be heading into the homestead of Luke Skywalker. This one is called Top of the Shop. And there's going to be like 5 different of these orange blocks that you have to move around with the Force, with a Jedi or Sith character. And a few of them are going to be kind of outside underneath this bridge area here. So we're just going to move them into place because there's actually a Kyber Brick at the top of this shop here, as the title of the puzzle suggests. So once you get, I think, 5 stacked up, climb all the way to the top to reach the Kyber Brick for Top of the Shop. So next up, we're going to do Vaporator Invigorator. Man, I love the names of all these puzzles. So once again, this one's going to be in Luke's homestead. It's really close to the treasure chest, actually, for the previous Kyber Brick that we got. And so for this one, you're going to have to take out some Tusken Graders in here. They will annoy you in the middle of the puzzle. And you're going to have to use the Force to put these, whatever these are, these like water pumps into place. And it's pretty easy. There's like a red one, a blue one, and a green one. Just match it with the base of the water pump. At least that's what I'm assuming it is. Once you do that, you can pull the switch to the left of this fire, and that should pump the water, putting out the fire, and allowing you access to the Kyber Brick for Vaporator Invigorator. So next up, we're going to do Luke's Workshop. So this is the final one in Luke's homestead here. So this is over near Top of the Shop. Switch to an astromech droid to hack the astromech panel there. That will give you this other red astromech droid here. And there's going to be another gonk droid, I believe, that you need. So pick up this nearby battery or power device, put it into place. That'll open up this door, giving you this gonk droid. And wait a few seconds. Well, actually, first you have to go over here to the left side and build up this ramp. And once you do that, you wait a few seconds for these droids to come up here, and they're basically going to be taking a bath, which I don't think would be good for their circuits. But once you do that, you'll get the Kyber Brick for Luke's Workshop. All right, so we're getting out of Luke's homestead. Now we're doing Cliff Jumper here. So this one's a little bit tricky. You're going to switch to a scavenger character and use their gliding ability to reach this Kyber Brick. So if you don't have the scavenger abilities, that means you need to play through episodes 6 or 7 in the story mode, and you will unlock those scavenger abilities. Alright, next up, we're doing Gully Glide. So we're going to climb up here where the game tells us to go, and then there's going to be, once again, we're going to switch to the gliding ability of a scavenger character to glide over and get this Kyber Brick. So pretty simple there. So next up is cliff climbing here on the bottom left side of the map, and we're going to climb up the cliff. And this one is very simple. You don't need any special abilities whatsoever. You basically just have to go to where the game tells you to go, and you can walk right up and get the Kyber Brick for cliff climbing. Alright, next up is Jawa Japes. So we're going to be going here to the bottom of the map here, and there's going to be a Bantha, so you're going to use a Jedi mind trick with a Jedi character to get the Bantha out of the way, and then switch to a Protocol Droid to go into the Protocol Droid hatch, split in half, and get that Kyber Brick for Jawa Japes. So now here at the very south side, bottom of the map, we're going to be doing the Tatooine time trials. So this one's a little bit tricky. So you're going to want to destroy the object in the middle, and that will give you a little bridge that you can move around. And basically you're going to want to pull down 6 of these switches, or at least pull down the switches 6 different times, because the switches will go back up. And you will have to manipulate that multi-build there to reach the different areas to where the different switches are. I definitely recommend using a Jedi or Force using character, because you can pull the switches from a distance with the Force. And once you pull the switches 6 times within the, I think it's like a minute time frame, that will unlock this door here, and you'll get access to the Kyber Brick for Tatooine time trials. Next up, we're going to do Palaver, I think is how you say that. And this is more towards the middle of the map. And this one took me a few tries, but if you just do exactly what I do here, you'll be alright. So once you get inside this cave, there's going to be this switch here. And basically move the switch exactly as I do here, and you should be good to go. So you're going to want to light up everything in one go around. And once you start lighting up the second row, turn around into the opposite direction. Once you get that row completely lit up, turn around once again, and that should light up the final light, giving you access to the Kyber Brick for Palaver. Okay, so next up we're doing Tusken Treasure. So this is going to be inside one of the Tusken Raiders' little houses or tents, whatever you want to call it. So once we walk inside, there's going to be a gold Lego object along with the Tusken Raider. You can ignore him, switch to a bounty hunter character, destroy the gold Lego object, and get the Tusken Treasure Kyber Brick. Alright, next up we're doing Mombay, I think is how you say that. And once you get here, you're going to want to switch to a Jedi character and use a mind trick, and mind trick the Jawa to open up the door by holding onto this handle right here. Once you get the door open, switch to a villain character and use their grenades to blow up the silver Lego object inside, giving you the Kyber Brick for Mombay, or Imbois, however you say that. But the next one's going to be high over the Homestead. So we're going to go over here, and you're going to notice this big gap, and switch to a scavenger character and use their net launcher ability as well as their glider ability to get across that massive gap. And then you can climb up pretty easily and get the Kyber Brick for high over the Homestead. So once you have the scavenger abilities, that one is pretty easy. So next up, we are doing the Kyber Brick for Tusken Tussle. So once you get here, there's going to be this pathway here that the game is going to tell you to go down. You're going to have to climb up this wall. And once you climb up the wall, there's going to be a whole bunch of Tusken Raiders in your way. But, you know, with this game, you can basically completely ignore them, because the Kyber Brick for this one is completely out in the open. And so basically just run right past all of these Tusken Raiders and get to the end of the path. You don't need any special abilities or anything like that to get the Kyber Brick for Tusken Tussle. So pretty simple there. Next up, we're going to do Seeya later, Excavator. So this is in the bottom middle of the map, I would say. And there's going to be a bunch of rocks in your way, so switch to a Force using character to get rid of them. Then switch to a character with a lightsaber to cut a hole through this wall. And once you get inside, there's going to be your Kyber Brick for Seeya later, Excavator. So okay, so next up we are doing High Up Hidey Hole, and this one's a little bit tricky because the game, at least at the time of me recording this, will actually guide you to the wrong location. So you're going to want to go to the location I just showed you on the map there. You can rewind if you need to, but switch to a lightsaber character to climb up this wall, and climb up some more, and basically you're going to go down this pathway here, and you will have to use the Force to put this peg in the wall so that you can swing along it. And once you do that, you're going to reach the end of the pathway here. I think you will have to, use the Force on another peg and get across that gap. And inside this little cave here is going to be the Kyber Brick for High Up Hidey Hole. And again, the game will lead you into a different area than what I just showed you there, and you won't be able to get it. So definitely take the path that I just did. So next up, we are doing Cliff Climber here. This is more towards the top middle of the map. All you have to do is swing on these little pegs with a acrobatic character, or a Jedi character, scavenger, whatever you want to call them, and reach the top up here. You can ignore the Tusken Raiders once again. And out here, out in the open, is a Kyber Brick for Cliff Climber. So next up is Precipice. What a name for a puzzle. So this one's going to be nearby on the cliffs where you land your ship. The game's going to lead you over here, but you'll need a grapple character to climb up some of these handlebars. And so switch to a hero or a bounty hunter character like I'm using to climb up that. And once you do that, you should be able to drop down here and get the Kyber Brick on the edge of this cliff for Precious Precipice. So next up, we're going to do Welcome to the Jundland Waste. I guess this is the one you're sort of supposed to do first, but this is in the same general area that we were just in. So once again, we're going to climb up these, I guess, handlebars, we can call them. And once you do that with a hero or bounty hunter character or even an astromech character can do that as well. And there's going to be this cave over here. And all you have to do is destroy the stuff in the way of the cave and get the Kyber Brick for Welcome to the Jundland Waste. So very easy one there. So next up, we're going to do Light the Way. Again, this is in a nearby area. So from there, you're going to be able to find this blacked out cave, pick up the nearby torch, and you'll notice some stairs on the right side wall. Climb up those stairs, hold down the switch with one of your characters. You'll be able to drop down and get the Kyber Brick for Light the Way. Okay, so next up, we are doing Stony Sightseeing. So we're going to go over here. This is actually where we were for one of the previous Kyber Bricks not too long ago. And we're going to climb up these pegs with a acrobatic character like a Jedi or a Scavenger. Once you climb up these, you're going to reach this cliff and just turn around and use a blaster or lightsaber to shoot down one of the rocks that are in your way. Then you'll be able to swing over and get the Kyber Brick for Stony Sightseeing. So next up, we're going to be doing the Datacard. So this is going to be sort of on the same pathway that we took earlier for that one tricky Kyber Brick where the game led you to the wrong location, but I showed you the right location. Well, this is going to be that same sort of pathway where you're going to have to jump across these two gaps. There's going to be two pegs that you need to use the force on to put them in the right spot. Fortunately, even though you've already done this, it'll make you put the pegs in the right location again, which is kind of annoying. But once you climb across these cliffs, we're not going to go into the little cave like before. We're going to continue on this pathway here. And all we have to do is jump across this gap to reach the top of this cliff and collect the Jundland Waste data cards. So very important there for getting those extras. So next up, we're going to do Remember Owning a Droid. So we're actually going to head into Obi-Wan Kenobi's house. I believe this is supposed to be. So once you get inside, you're going to want to switch to a hero character that can hack this hero panel. And once you hack the hero panel, I believe that's pretty much all you have to do for this one. It's going to open up the door for you. And there is the Kyber Brick for Remember Owning a Droid. So next up is Escape Pod Cargo. So this is going to be on the bottom right side of the map where the ship icon is. And this is going to be the crashed ship that C-3PO and R2-D2 landed on in the story mode. So hack open the ship with a astromech droid. That's going to cause it to fly away and should give you the unlockable ship for this puzzle called Escape Pod Cargo. So not too tricky there. All you really need is an astromech droid. So next up, we're going to do Imperial Cache. So this is sort of nearby, and there's going to be this door here. Destroy the rock on the left side, revealing a protocol panel. So switch to a protocol droid to hack this open. This will allow you to take control of a protocol droid inside, and then split him in half to push him on these, or put him on these pressure pads that will open up the door. Once you get inside, there's going to be 3 more of these pads. So this get 3 different characters, split a protocol droid in half. So you stand on all 3 at the same time, giving you access to the Kyber Brick for Imperial Cache. So next up, we're going to do Scaling the Spire. So this is one of these scavenger net launcher puzzles. So switch to a scavenger character, use their net launcher ability to climb up the wall here, and you're going to get stopped right here. So switch to another scavenger character to shoot a couple more nets for your character on the nets there. Climb all the way up to reach the Kyber Brick for Scaling the Spire. Alright, next up is Krayt Cavity. So this is going to be at the top right side of the map. There's going to be a silver Lego object on these old bones here. So use a villain character to blow those up with their grenade. That will give you a buildable object. Build that object right up and then stand on it. And that will push down and open the mouth of this old bone, giving you access to the Kyber Brick for Krayt Cavity. Alright, next up in the same general area on the top right side of the map, we're going to be doing Rocky Reception. So on the top of this giant mountain, there's going to be a few switches that we need to press down within, I believe, a 30-second time frame. There's going to be 4 pressure pads. Once we step on all 4, that will open up the little cage, giving you access to the Kyber Brick for Rocky Reception. So next up, we're going to do Balcony Bounce. This is going to be, once again, on the top right side of the map. And this is one of these, it's kind of like a side-scrolling puzzle. It almost reminds me of like an easy version of Crash Bandicoot or something. But there's going to be a bunch of spikes, just make sure you don't die. And there's going to be a few obstacles and trampolines and stuff like that. And it's just like a mini obstacle course. Again, it reminds me of like an old side-scrolling game or something like that. But eventually you'll reach this elevator, it'll bring you up, giving you access to the Balcony Bounce Kyber Brick. So there we go, not too bad there. Next up, we're going to do Hot Pursuit. This is on the right side of the map once again. There's going to be a character here with a Kyber Brick. You can talk to him, and he's going to throw some smoke and run away. So you're going to want to switch to a blaster character because a lightsaber apparently doesn't really do much damage to him. And you're just going to keep shooting him down. He's going to keep running away, and eventually he's going to throw some more smoke. But once you take out all his health, go up there and talk to him, and he will drop the Kyber Brick for Hot Pursuit. So next up, on the bottom left side of the map, so we're kind of switching areas here, we're going to be doing Cozy Campfires. So you're going to be wondering how you get inside to this Kyber Brick. Well, turn around, look up, shoot the target. That'll give you access to Cozy Campfires. So that one is a little bit tricky there. And last but not least, or second to last not least, I should say, we're going to be doing Tunnel Vision. This is the trial, or the race, for the Jundland Waste. So get on one of these nearby speeders and fly through all of the targets within the time limit, and you should be good to go. I found this one to be really easy. I could do it in one try, so I don't think this one is going to take you too many tries to do. There's definitely some harder races in this game. This is not one of them, but get the gold medal, and that will give you the Kyber Brick for Tunnel Vision. So last but not least, we're going to be doing Cave Cache. So this is kind of nearby the one we just did. There's going to be a silver Lego object, and all you have to do is switch to a villain character, blow up the silver Lego object, get the Kyber Brick inside, and that's going to be everything for the Jundland Waste in terms of puzzles, trials, and the data card. So let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I know this was a lot. Be sure to slow down the video if you need it, but like this video if you enjoyed it, dislike it if not, comment below if you have any questions, and be sure to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys next time here on Quick Brick Games.